With me here is the Twiz, and he's joined the National ESL casting crew. He's also doing the fantastic job of streaming, and he's gone and prepared all these overlays for you guys so you know exactly what you're doing. So if you like that, feel free to hit him up here on IRC, because we're going to be here for a best-of-3 matchup for the game of the week. And to finish off that great sentence, we do have Corky Scion coming out for the Last Heroes on LowELO.
Yes. You know what? I should have thought about that Scion. And how they're going to do this lanes. Scion is a great solo, but a Scion Taric lane can be very strong as well. So we may see Scion Taric with Aurelia probably at the top lane, and we'll probably see the Amumu in the jungle there.
Looking at the picks, yeah, definitely Amumu sounds the best candidate there for the jungle on LowELO side, because, I mean, I don't know. I haven't really seen him laned at all, and people just really don't seem to want to have him laned either. So on the flip side, though, I still think we're waiting for that jungler from Counterlogic Gaming. They do have, there it is. It's going to be Olaf. Brolaf represent. He's going to be off to that jungle here for Counterlogic Gaming. And I do see the last of the players here jumping in. So, Twiz, I'm going to have to get you to boot yourself out of the game for just a quick second.
Okay, I'm out of the game, and I'm going to join right back up here.
Sounds like a plan. All right, so I do have the ready flag from LowELO and we'll just leave up those overlays for a few more minutes just so people can see what we're going down. But LowELO going up against Counterlogic Gaming here, Game of the Week, National ESL. I'm the forecourt jester. With me is the Twiz, and big thanks to Riot Games for this tournament server so that we can bring this to you guys. We got 4,000 people watching, 4,000 very interested people to watch these games. So big props to our admin team for helping everyone get all set up. We do have everyone go. Great, I do got the flag, so we can start. Let's swap it up, guys, and we're going to be going. Good luck, have fun, good game. First game here of the best-of-3 series on the Game of the Week here at National ESL.
And hoping that Twiz doesn't go through and fail crash again, which somehow happened out of nowhere earlier. So let's not hope that we see that. And we have now pushed those views all the way up to 5,141 people. So out of you 5,000 people, tell your friend that's not watching to join in here as well, because this is happening right now. You are here, ESL TV. And again, if you've just tuned in, which we've just gone up 1,000 viewers, I am Pat, the Twiz Harrison, and casting along with me, none other than Forecourt Jester.
Just as the last note here, Twiz, I know you've done this before, but let's not take heroes with global ultimates for the observers.
Okay, let me take...
I took Jax myself. I think he's a pretty safe choice.
I don't know who to go. I think I'm going to go Captain Teemo.
Captain Teemo on duty.
All right, guys, we are going to have the people ready up for... We are on a 4-minute delay, so hey, guys, if you're saying anything there in IRC or Ventrilo, Skype, whatever, we are not actually going to be here in live stream. The 4-minute delay is so that we can prevent ghosting. We do not want to see ghosting in these tournaments, so we have delayed the game 4 minutes, and that's just enough time to cover those wards because, if you put down a ward, you still see it there 3 minutes later. So 4 minutes just to be certain and safe. The game is going to be starting up here in about 5 seconds. Hopefully, Pat, you're still with me. You haven't crashed. And we're going to go over some of these picks and bans the picks and the different summoner skills that we have taken for these two teams. So it's Counterlogic Gaming, LowELO, and I do have the splash screen coming up. So, Mr. Twiz, what do you guys got on your team?
All right, so I just want to talk about this overlay at the bottom first really, really quickly here. This bottom overlay does not indicate the score in game. This bottom score indicates how many matches have been won for this event. So keep in mind that obviously as we go to the next match, one of these two teams will win this game. I can promise you that. And they will be indicated by a number 1 next to their team side. And for those of you that can't see, CL Gaming is on the left, LowELO is on the right, as far as the scores go for the bottom of that. So should we talk about summoner skills here?
Please do, sir.
Okay, so let's start immediately at the top as we're looking at LowELO here. Sexy Fade on Scion is going to be taking Ignite and Flash. That Flash Scion, especially since he's going to be playing their AP carry, is going to have the ability to just jump in and insta-kill one of these people, especially Ashe. So that's going to be one thing that we're going to be looking at, is the ability to do that. Aurelia taking Ghost and Flash to either be playing aggressive or passive with those. So they're both two very well-known summoner skills. Audacity Lucky is going to be on Taric, who we see with the Flash, and of course he's going to be having the Clairvoyance here. Flash Taric is going to be very, very important, especially if he's going to be doing any roaming and ganking, to make sure that he can get everything set up for that. Other summoner skills here, Amumu, of course he's jungling, Smite, Flash, no surprise there, and Corki with Ghost and Flash there, and that's for Team LowELO. Do you want to talk about the other team, Counter Logic Gaming, or shall I do that as well?
Just getting a note there off to YouTube. You guys will see there is a Counter Logic Gaming Eclipse 92. He is actually the player named Double Lift. That's just to clear up confusion for you guys if you haven't been watching the stream. So yeah, we do have LowELO. Hopefully you've turned on your observer mode there, Mr. Pat. But LowELO, I mean, we just went over that. I'm sorry. Counter Logic Gaming. Saint Vish is obviously going to be in that jungle with that Smite. A jungling Olaf is definitely something to be fearful of, because he is definitely a very strong and very quick jungler when done upright, and you have to know that these guys are doing it right. So we also have elements on Janna. She's also going to be going for that Clairvoyance and a cleanse as well, so she really doesn't want to get caught out, especially with a big fat GG arrow to the face, or maybe just a few other damaging skills coming out here from Double Lift or Malzahar. A cleanse will get rid of that ultimate, so we're not going to see, hopefully, her get caught by that. The typical movement speed stuff does go down here for Ashe, Alistar, as well as Malzahar, and that's going to be the Ghost and the Flash. Now, you can't flash those projectiles anymore, but it's still a heck of a skill to jump around things like trees, because we are here in the jungle. Both teams, they can't see each other, but hey, we can, and flashing to and from the other side of these trees is a big movement advantage. But right now, it does look like LowELO, they want to find this Olaf. Olaf being very wary. It does not look like he's going to be starting at the blue. Maybe he's going to start off with these wolves, but we still have the entire team here, Twiz.
So yeah, let's talk about just how strong these guys are right now. And we are going to see a first blood from this. A stun from Taric and a stun from Sion is going to end it right there. And that's exactly what I was going to get into detail about, is just how much stronger of a first blood team we are going to see from LowELO. And they just proved it right there as they take down Olaf and grab that first blood. And not only do that, they're going to really focus on messing his jungle up, as they're going to let Amumu snag that blue buff.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be throwing a big wrench in Olaf's jungling pattern. Without that blue buff, it's going to be a little bit harder to go from town to town, or creep camp to creep camp. He also melted in fairly short order. I think it took a total of maybe 7 seconds to get him down, but a big first blood coming out here. Who did grab that first blood? It is going to be Sion, so that's a big gold boost to him. He could have easily just gone to town and picked himself up a quick advantage, because right now it is going to be a double lift. Not Eclipse, I gotta get that right. Down here with Elements, and right now, I don't know what Elements is doing. Maybe AFK or disconnected. He's up at that tower, not anywhere near the range here for, experience. So not too sure. No, he's moving around now. Maybe just trying to give Eclipse or Double Lift a little bit of an advantage. So in the middle, we do have Big Fat GG taking on Irelia. So Irelia going for that mid, and the solo top is going to be instead that Corki with that Malzahar. Malzahar? No, Malzahar. That's right.
Yeah, Malzahar.
By Hotshot GG.
Yep, and I was really surprised. Malzahar is a pretty solid counter to what Aurelia can do there, so that's why we're seeing Corki being positioned up top rather than Aurelia going up top and taking that solo. She's going to have a much easier time up against Ashe. At the bottom lane, the stronger lane here definitely being Sion and Taric right now. They're going to eventually have the ability to just melt Janna, and that's going to happen early on here. As we're seeing immediately, they're forcing Alistar back out of this fight. Alistar already down to 2 bars of health, and he has disconnected.
Yeah. I was going to say, they're not forcing him back. They're just kind of taking advantage of him. So off to a good start. Counter Logic Gaming has given up the first blood, and Double Lift has disconnected. Not too sure what to make of that offhand.
Well, disconnects definitely aren't good. I mean, it seemed like they were having trouble early, but that was with Janna, not with Alistar. But again, back to what I was saying, this bottom lane is very, very strong. A lot of people don't understand the strength that a Taric Sion lane possess. And, well, if CL Gaming or Counter Logic Gaming didn't, they'll definitely understand it by the end of this game, especially with just Janna being forced there to solo it, and hoping that Double Lift will come back and help out the bottom. Amumu trying to go for the gank on middle lane. GG quickly realizing what's going on, backing out of the fight here.
That's good. That's good. Map awareness here from the GG there in the mid, because he's not tunnel visioning. It was very safe on that. No gank going down. But Amumu, he still has that blue buff from his first kill, and we still have the other blues still up and running. So at this point, I wouldn't be too surprised to see Vicious come down and try to snag it, but it's going to be very tight for him, because I'm fairly sure he's going to be using his smite to take out Red, and then he's going to try to go off into a ganking mode. We do have an eyeball right above him there, so they easily know that he has the Red. He's going to get out of that. Okay, no ganks incoming. He is going to play it safe though, and just kind of duck out of there until that eyeball does wear away. This is the big power of Clairvoyance. Clairvoyance, we can see the whole map, you can see the whole map. The players, unfortunately, can't. There is Fog of War, and just as a big note here for you, Twiz, if you click on the Observer mode again, you will see the Fog of War reactivated. So if you ever need to see anything about line of sight, just feel free to go ahead, click that, and you'll show everyone exactly what your team can see. On my part, it's just mostly, everyone's in the middle of their lanes, and everyone's creeping.
Yeah, I don't want to go to that yet. I like to focus on being able to cheat in this, which is very nice, knowing where everybody is. But like I said, we are on a 4-minute delay, so I can't start screaming, oh no, Ash, here comes Amumu, run away, don't be silly. Because guess what? They won't hear me for 4 minutes, and by that time, somebody might already be dead.
I'd hope that they wouldn't be listening to us anyways. They should be focusing on the game. But yeah, that's the whole entire reason we do have that 4-minute stage with rent ghosting and cheating issues like that. It's a fairly rudimentary system, but OwnTV actually has it built into their streaming network service. I believe they're the only ones with it. But you would not believe the pain that we had to go through in the early days of this stuff to help ensure people didn't ghost. It was pretty ridiculous stuff because there was no commercial value for it. But that's enough about delay. We are going to go back here a little bit to the game. It's 6.5 minutes in. We do have Double Lift now returning to lane with Johnny. He is moving around very nicely this time. Not going to be sitting there AFKing and dying, but he has picked himself up that boots of speed. He has himself the regrowth pendant as well. So between that and his heal, he should have some decent lane dominance. But we do have a flash, a big arrow going into Eclipse's head there from LowELO. But GG's going to get out of that one A-okay.
Looks like Malzahar being forced back from the top lane. I don't know if he was actually forced back or what, but you notice he's grabbing a couple wards here. He's going to make sure that he plays